So here we are for the Kaipatiki Bushcare Day. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of weeding. And I like this actually, they've got a board. Here we're in the Eskdale Reserve and we're going to be identifying each and every one of the weeds that we remove. So we'll be identifying them and then putting them on this board. So obviously we've separated into 3 different types: the climbers, the ground cavers, and trees and shrubs. And this is a really cool way to keep track of basically the problem weeds that we have on the site. So yeah, we'll see how the board fills out by the end of the day.
Half an hour worth of information that you've now got to spend the whole morning telling everybody else about. So you just need to grab hold of the bit that looks the weed right now. Don't try and remember every name of everything that Derek and I tell you. Derek's got a hard job because I'm deserting him into the room, and I didn't realize that Dad and them were coming. So he's got enough to be responsible for everyone in the site. Teaching everything on top of that's going to be a hard task, right? So I want you to all just take on the bit that you can grab in your mind and your heart today and just teach that. You don't have to remember every plant, just teach the bit you're going to grab now. Yeah? So today is about learning, sharing what you just learned and grabbing whoever turns up that knows a heck of a lot, because you know, we're not just it, we don't know who's coming. Again, it might be 10 people, it might be 60 people, but someone in there, they know stuff. Find out who knows stuff and get them to help. Like, oh, do you know these weeds? Do you have them at home? Can you help us with these people? Just regeneration weed. If it is in your garden and you don't understand its medical benefits, because dandelion is a powerful rongoa, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful plant. Again, like you're saying with the koromeko, don't take too much of it. When I first found out about it, I was drinking dandelion tea like it was, you know, till someone went, whoa, no, not that much dandelion tea. So, you know, it's actually a really important plant for those that want to use it. And to others, it's just a pesky thing growing in the lawn, you know.
Yeah, we cultivate it at home.
Yeah.
But again,
Cultivated.
yeah, I know. So that is back to humans putting their value placement on plants again. Yeah. Okay, let's get some more noxious weeds. What else do we know noxious ones?
I know Madeira vine. Madeira vine?
Okay, so that's a cunning little thing, you know, not that it's got a brain and thinks about it, but what for Madeira vine, do you all know what a Madeira vine is? It's very fleshy like this one, and it grows up, and it looks like it's got a little kind of tuber on it. Okay, like a little growth, you know, if only it was the same as a Jerusalem artichoke, I'd be roasting them. Can't. So it grows up over, smothers. It's not as bad as a moss vine, or doesn't impact the same way as a honeysuckle. But it grows up, and if you try and pull it, it rains down on you, all these tubers. So for every one you pull out, you propagate another 2,000. And it all laugh. At our house, my kids love them because their dad gives them 10 cents for every tuber. So there's a certain time of year they're actually asking me, when will the tubers be ready? They go out with
We'll open one of them up. We put all the tubers in the barrel, put a bit of water in, seal the barrel up, and 6 months later it's rotted and it's now forest fertiliser.
I mean, wild asparagus, can you eat it technically, or
No.
is it not?
It's not
It's a different kind of asparagus.
Yeah.
It's only named because the leaf looks
Looks
similar,
like-
not
I
because
see.
it's in the same
Yeah.
family.
I'm always getting
There's
everything
several
wrong.
ways of dealing with weeds. One of them, like the top end of the climbing asparagus, if you cut it, it'll die. That's cool. Some things that would have tubers or roots or bulbs, you need to rot them. So we put them in a barrel. And there are others like the Tradescantia that we're going to bring a big sack and put the sack here. You put it in the sack, seal it so there's no light, and it just rots down, and in 6 months' time you've got compost. So there's 3 ways of dealing with our weeds today. So we'll go through how we deal with it. In some plants, the top end, it'll just rot.
So after a day of weeding, morning weeding, they appreciate the volunteers by providing a barbecue. And yeah, so it's been a really good effort. I'm part of the volunteers. Here we go. You can see the here's a list of the weeds. Just some of the weeds which we managed to pull up today. The climbing asparagus in particular was very nefarious. Quite an insidious weed, that one. A noxious weed for sure. Here's just an example of all the weeds, the broad variety of different kinds of weeds that we were exposed to, that are an issue in our native forests, in particular undercover. So it's not, these aren't the ones which you find out in the field. They're out here, like where it's exposed in the sunlight. These are ones which you'll find under the shade. Anyway, it was quite an interesting experience, and hopefully I learned so I can help clean up in the future.